Interesting. I totally forgot all the buttons. It's been so long since I streamed. Good morning, everybody. We are gonna be drumming today, and I haven't played drums in a month. I've been working on so much content offline. Like, in the last month, there's been 3 days where I didn't work because I was sick. Other than that, like, there's literally over 400 videos that are scheduled for release on my YouTube channel. So stay tuned for all of that. Over, I think, 430 or something like that. So there's a lot. Be prepared for a lot more content for more than a year, at least. If I die during this stream, you will still get over 400 videos. Enjoy that. We're going to start off with a quote. And this quote is something that resonates with me. And this quote is, "The hard work is the goal." A very simple quote. It doesn't matter what the end result is. The hard work is the thing that you should focus on when it comes to your practicing, your playing, whether you're like trying to improve or whatever. The hard work, trying to improve, is the goal, not whether or not you achieve it in that practice session or in a month or even a year. I tell this story a lot, but there's a drumkit teacher that I studied with, professor at ASU, Don Moyle, phenomenal drummer. And he says he spent an entire year working on one measure for an entire year. The hard work is the goal. Focus on what you're trying to improve rather than like, oh, I need to master this in this hour-long practice stream. Nope. You're going to try and master it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Anyways, hope you enjoy that quote. We're going to start off with some motivation from Shia LaBeouf. It's been a while since I've done this. Let's see if I can remember it. Here we go, Shia. Help motivate me. Do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success, well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. He spits there. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Shia LaBeouf. We're super motivated. Now, in these practice streams, I share what I'm working on, how I'm practicing stuff. Because it's been a month, as we can see, since I've actually practiced, I'm going to be reviewing some limb independence patterns. Now, whenever I do these streams, not on these drum kit ones, but most of the rudimental ones, I will take questions that people ask in the chat, and I will put them into this drumming tips playlist. Now, the videos at the top that are members first, this just means that it's scheduled to release. It's early access. None of my stuff is behind a paywall. It's just if you want early access. There are hundreds of tips in here that you can check out. And you can find all this neatly organized on my YouTube channel. There's literally thousands of free drumming exercises. If you just go click on the drumming content where it says click for more, it shows you every one of the playlists. There are almost 300 technique exercises, over 50 chop exercises, 400 grid variations for triplet, as well as a bunch for 16th note, which is a little bit further down. We got 400 marching bass exercises, all sorts of stuff. Literally thousands of hours of free content that can keep you busy for quite some time. Now, I have a bachelor's, master's, PhD in music education. I've been playing drums since 1998. Wow, time flies. For like 26 years. So it's been a while. But drum kit is not my primary instrument. Most of what I play and have played is rudimental, so like drumline and whatnot. So you, if you stick around for these streams, can see how I practice what I'm practicing. I have created a video that shows what I'm doing for working on my limb independence. So if you want to see like the thought processes behind this, there's some research behind it about how I actually try and improve limb independence. But today, I'm going to be reviewing some patterns that I'm more comfortable with. So we're going to start off with a very basic one. So this one is from Don Moyle's book. Whoops. It just fell. Let me grab it. Okay, so Don Boyle's book. It's called 50 Ways to Syncopation. In this book, there are 50 ways that you can play through the Ted Reed's book Syncopation, the solos at the end, or as well as like the different solos and stuff that are in this book. Now, this very basic one that I'm going to be working on is just playing a ride pattern. So we're going to do Ding, dingy, ding, dingy, ding. With 2 and 4 on the hi-hat. And then you're going to play the short notes on the snare drum. Long notes are going to be on the bass drum. Etc. Okay? So we're going to use that as our warm-up. We're going to stretch and massage, and then I will play through some more charts that are on here. So this is under the limb independence section, and the last time I played through this, let's see. I played through it at 145. It was musical and fun. We also did it at 170, so I was just playing it slower for fun. Because it's been a month since I played the drums, let's try it at 160. We'll see how this goes. So there's straight charts, there's swung charts. When you click on this playlist, it will take you to a playlist that has 55 drum charts in here. I'm just going to go ahead and play through number 1, and we're going to go into the timestamps in the description of every one of these play-alongs. You just click, and then it'll start counting you off. So I hear it in my audio, but I've got it muted on your end. At least it should be, because there's like a slight timing delay, so it sounds funky. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, so again, we're playing short notes on the snare drum, long notes on the bass drum. And there are many other variations that we're going to get to today, and that are in Dom's book. You can improvise on this top line. You can talk to your chat. You can reflect on life. Whatever you want. Just keep time with the ostinato. 1, 2, ready, and... I feel like my mic is too close to me. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Whoops. Read it wrong. Can you remove water stains on Kevlar heads from the rain? I don't know, actually. And welcome! Welcome back. 1, 2, ready, and... phone on. It's going off. And my hi-hat is like slowly sliding, like it's just like slowly extending my leg. So I need to adjust that. We're back at it again with the hi-hat sliding nonstop. Okay, we're gonna stretch and massage now. So we just kind of got the blood flowing. And I've actually got a scripted video that's coming out that'll kind of walk you through this. For those of you who have not seen this before. First thing I recommend doing is you take your sticks, you hold them so that your palm's facing up. Let's go ahead and do that view. And you pull in, and then you push out. Yeah. Has been a long time. Yeah, I haven't streamed in a month. I've been creating a ton of content, though. I made over 160 videos in that time off, and then I've scripted a bunch of videos as well. So stay tuned for, I'm over like 430 videos that are scheduled for release right now. We got over a year's worth of content. Lots to come. If you do traditional, by the way, rotate and you can hold one end of the extreme, then rotate to the other end of the extreme. I don't do that anymore, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm. Oh, that feels great. Haven't done this in forever. It's hard balancing life, school, and drum corps. Yeah. Yeah. And drum corps is not cheap, too. Like, it's hard to have a job and do drum corps and pay for drum corps and, like, have a significant other if you choose to do that. Like, ooh, switch to the other arm. Yeah, drum corps is a time suck. It's fun. It's a great activity. Like, I really enjoy it. But man, oh man, does it take up all your time. Like, quite literally. If you're not rehearsing, you should be practicing. If you're not practicing, you should be rehearsing. Now I'm going to stretch the top side of the forearm, so we're going to do it this way. You got third place in the I&E. And now you know where you can improve now? Nice! That's awesome. GG's. Glad to hear that you're doing good and that you know some areas to improve. That's one of the like hardest things about being not saying you are, but like someone who's starting out with drums, like a beginner with it, like not knowing like, well, what should I work on? That makes it very difficult to figure out how to improve. Or it's just like there's so many things to work on. It's like, well, what do I focus my attention on? Should I do this or should I do this other thing? Should I do this or do that? I'm stretching finger to finger now. That's awesome. Yeah, that's very cool to hear that it was like a multi-age range that you're competing against and that you did that well. 20 plus people and you got third place. That's great. Keep practicing. Hopefully that's motivating for you. You have a drum set, but you're not good at it? That's okay. It just takes practice. I've been playing drums since 98, but like most of it's been rudimental. And having taught literally hundreds of percussionists and thousands of students, like it just comes down to practice. So, Izuku, if you are interested, on my YouTube channel or the link that's right here on TikTok, that's where like all these drum charts are and where there's literally thousands of free exercises to practice. Which, by the way, hajimemashite. So yeah, just practice. You'll get there. Takes time. You don't know, grooving traditional and drum set feels better. I hear you. I heard a Thomas Lang video that he was talking about with traditional grip. It forces you to think differently on the kit because you're using a completely different mechanics for the rotation and whatnot with what you're doing, as opposed to playing this way. It just makes your like brain think something differently, and like you're gonna use it different ways because you're limited on your motion. Like you can't really like move certain directions. You can't really play certain ways because you play that way as opposed to this way. And like that framing of it was like really interesting. It was just like, oh, I hadn't thought of it that way. And like coming from Thomas Lang, like that dude clearly knows what he's talking about. That guy's a beast. But yeah, like my the drum set professor, Dom Moyo, that I mentioned at the start of the stream, like he plays traditional and like loves it. Like I actually prefer traditional when I'm playing brushes and like doing this kind of motion and whatnot, because for whatever reason it just feels better than playing match grip. But for everything else, I prefer match grip, even though I marched like several years of like drum corps and drumline, like playing traditional. So it's like funny how like there's some things that I don't like about it, and some things that I do like about it. But yeah, if though I'm gonna ever play snare again, like if I were to ever march again or like teach again, if I were to do traditional, it'd be with a tilt. It doesn't make sense to have the drum flat. Play match grip if you're gonna do that. I know, controversial opinion. I can't speak. It's been a month since I've streamed, and I forgot how to speak in that time. I massage and bass the tip of the fingers. Once I finish this, I'm going to get back at it. We'll play some more charts and find some fun ways to just kind of hit these drums. Jeffrey, good morning again on YouTube. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well and have been doing well. Alrighty. I think I remember most of my stretches. It's been a while. Okay, so those charts sounded fine. Like better than I thought it was going to, considering it's been so long. Mostly musical. I had fun with it. Sweet. So now we're going to pick a different set of stuff to practice. Which there's a drumming tips video that released like last week, I think, made public. And yes, coffee is important this morning. It has a link to it, to a template that you can use to make your own drumming progress journal for whatever it is that you want to work on. So if you're interested in that, highly recommend checking it out. Let's see, what's this one? Okay, so right hand plays the notes on the toms. Oh yeah, I like this one. Okay, so this one's cool. So this one, bing, ding, 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 ding. Okay, so you're gonna play 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to play the short notes on the tom. The long notes you're going to play on the bass drum and the ride cymbal, or crash if you want to do that. And then you're going to fill in triplets on the snare drum as ghost notes. So you're going to play short notes, etc. Okay, this one's a fun one. I really like this one. It's a little tricky, to play through it, but I highly recommend it. So last time I played through it, I did it at 1:30, and it was musical and fun. Let's try it again at that speed. I might need to slow it down. Nice to see that I'm back. I'm happy to be back. I've been working almost nonstop this last month. I only took 3 days off because I was like sick. But other than that, I've got so much content that's coming out on here. So stay tuned. Plenty of fun stuff. Let's play the same charts that I just did so you can hear the contrast for how it sounds when you do this. So again, with all these play alongs, just go into the timestamps, clicky click, and then it'll count you off and whatnot. Just like move down. You recently started using earplugs? Uh-oh. Yeah, I never go without them. If I'm teaching a line or if I'm playing kit, like it is super important. If you want to be able to hear when you're at my age, you gotta use them. Super important. Don't practice without it. You'll go deaf, literally. And then you won't be able to play. Here we go. Ding, ding, ding. My hi-hat keeps sliding. Stop it. Doesn't feel like that's full 1080p. Oh, 1, 2, it's like 720. 1, 2, ready, and... So again, you're filling in with ghost notes on here. You can't really hear the E8010 ghost notes all the time, but I promise I'm like at least attempting to play them. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... The E8010 is the drum module that I'm using, and the drum triggers. This is a hybrid drum kit. So again, you can change it. 1, 2, ready, and so it's electronic. The only problem with the E8010 and like these like mesh heads and whatnot is it doesn't pick up all the low notes, and you can't get the like texture diversity that you can on actual heads. But otherwise, it's great for not annoying neighbors. So if you're in like an apartment, it's a good option for practicing without upsetting everyone. So like, I'm playing like buzzes right now and you can't even hear them. It might sound just like a little every now and then. Whoops. Read that wrong. All right, I survived. I will survive. You know, for a month off, like, this is a lot better than I thought. I know, I haven't been practicing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Too busy creating. I get in these, like, modes where I just get super focused on something. And for this last month, I've just been nonstop, like, writing play-alongs and whatnot. Which I enjoy. It's fun. Especially because a lot of it is, like, super tedious. So I just like put on a movie and work on it. My hi-hat keeps sliding. Let me fix it. Stop it. Okay. All right. So overall, musical, not bad. Let's see here. What do I want to play next? Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Nope. We'll work on the man ones another time. Again, these are from Dom's book, 50 Ways to Syncopation. And I guess I didn't share this at the beginning, but if you go to the tips and lessons, the very first one that says books and gear I recommend, this has a bunch of different books that I recommend. So like, most of these are Amazon affiliate links. So I get like 4%-ish back from Amazon. That's like the average. But if you you click on this one, 50 Ways to Syncopation, it takes you to Dom's store. So this is not an affiliate link. Dom doesn't know I'm doing this. Like, he's just a good dude, and he's like a phenomenal drummer, and he has some great books. So I highly recommend getting this book as well as his others. I've got like the majority of his books. But anyways, here's stuff that I recommend. And then here's the heads that I was talking about and the cymbals if you're interested in checking those out. But anyways, okay, so I want to play one that is a straight pattern rather than swung eighth notes. So let's do one of my favorite ones, the Baião. This one is, it just bops. Okay, so we're going to try to 180. 200 sounds too ambitious. I haven't played it in forever. So we're going to go to straight charts. And a Baião pattern is right, left, right, both with the feet. Oh, whoa, I can't talk while doing it. Right, left, both. Right, left, both. Right, left, both. Right, left, both. And you play 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a ride. And you can even emphasize it. Etc. Okay? So I'm going to play the pattern on the snare while I play the ostinato pattern of, but at 180. So not that fast. Let's pick a different set of charts. Let's go random. Sure. Boop. And timestamps 180. Can I put this at? Yes, it is a 720. There we go. Oh, that's slower than I thought. That's okay. I probably need it. 1, 2, here we go. It's kind of funny that it actually lines up with the Baião pattern. I didn't anticipate that. Didn't plan that. A 1, a 2, here we go. The nice thing about having 55 drum charts like this is, like, by the time you read from chart 1 all the way to 55, you go back to it and it's like sight reading it all over again. So like the way that I like wrote each one of these charts is like try and make them like a different style or different flavor. So each one should give you like a new challenge. Read that wrong. Jared, thank you for the likes and the share. On Tactic, I appreciate you. Good name, by the way. 1, 2. Here we go. If you used to be like I used to be, then you would. I'm totally reading this whole chart wrong. But that last part was an inside joke. That entire last chart. Anyways. Okay, so that was like mostly technically proficient. The last chart, I was reading it wrong. I'm fired. I know. Unsub. I get it. Making progress on it. Cool. Let's do another one. Let's do... Do I want to do another swung one? Oh, this one. I love playing this one. It's such a weird one. So, this one, you're gonna read it with ding 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 ding. Okay, normal, right? You're like, what? What's so weird about this, Jared? Stay tuned. You're gonna play the chart with the left hand on the snare. And you're like, okay, what? Why is that cool? Because in your feet, you're going to play in 3-4 while you're doing everything else in 4-4. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And that's where it lines up again. So boom, chick, chick, boom, chick, chick, boom, chick, chick. Over the 4-4 pattern while you're doing that, okay? So when you're reading through the charts, you're going to play 2 different meters simultaneously. Reading in 4-4, playing in 3-4. And I keep pressing the wrong button. So let's do it at 155 again. Apparently it was musical last time. So we're going to go back to here. We're going to go to the limb independent stuff. And we're going to do 155. And sure, charts 11 through 15. Again, just pick like a random one and then just like work your way through it. It'll keep things fresh rather than just playing the same set of charts every single time. All right. Okay, so making sure. Okay, it is on 1080p. Cool. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, ready, and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's not going to line up with the feet until like 3 charts into it. It's like really weird. 2, ready, and. So if I did it right, it should line up at the start of the next line with the foot. 1, 2, ready, and. See what I mean? My left foot's getting tired. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and. Two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. While you're doing 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A 2, a 1, 2, ready, and. Sweet. So it's a weird one, right? Because, like, thinking 1, 2, 3, 4 the entire time while you're reading 4/4 patterns, while your feet are just like going to autopilot with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's a good challenge, though. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I forgot the name of that song. It was musical, and I had fun with it. I enjoyed. I want to work on my right foot. So I'm going to do double strokes with the right. So what I'm going to play the entire time is just snare, snare, bass, bass. And when I'm doing this, for my foot technique, I'm trying to do heel, toe. And it's not technically the toe platform, more like. But I'm trying to do an efficient, smooth motion, a la Jojo Mayer, his foot technique. So doing a double stroke here. So this exercise that I'm going to work on is specifically going to work on that. And the entire time, all I'm going to do is just snare, snare, bass, bass, snare, snare, bass, bass. And it's going to shift in and out, transition in and out between different rhythms that slowly get faster and then slower. So last time I did this, when I did it at 130 to 139. Okay, that sounds ambitious. We'll try it, though. After a month off of playing, my feet might be a little off. Now, the way to find it underneath the limb independence section on my website is under the timing transitions. It's like the second video. It's up towards the top. Okay, so Rebound is what I'm going to be working through. And we're going to go to the timestamp. So jump to 130. Oops. Apparently I didn't click on it. Skipping all those BPMs, 130, and then it'll count you off. All right, just the right side of my body. Snare, snare, bass, bass. No. The extra little like triple stroke in the bass is what I'm trying to avoid with the technique. So that's what I'm trying to, like that. See, if I move my foot too much, it gets that like extra bass note. So I'm trying to be more economical with my motion. Again. Oops. Unsub. Here we go. Whoops. Of course it does it, actually. For whatever reason, this chair, whenever I sit on it, it just like slowly makes my shorts right up. Doesn't feel good. 4 more reps. And again, there is a play along to this. You just can't hear it. Now, another way that you can work on this is to flip it. So start with 2 on the drums, or the bass drum, 2 on the snare drum. Doggo, good morning. Welcome back. Extra note. Let's switch it back. Sweet! I survived. Barely. Okay, so we did it from 130 to 139. It was like meh when it was when I was like moving my foot off the pedal too much. It'd get that extra stroke in there. So I don't want that. I just want 2. But I'm getting more. It's like it's on the Steam Winter Sale apparently, which is not what I'm going for. But overall, I was making progress with it, which is great. And apparently, my voice is triggering those snares. Cool. So that's a great way to work on double strokes, and highly recommend it. But all of these like play-alongs, if you want to, you can just find them on my home tab of YouTube. If you just go to the home tab, it's got everything neatly organized. Just go to the drumming content header, and if you click here, then it shows you all of the playlists. So we've got all the drumming tips, the lessons, and then these like full live streams unedited, so you can just see, here's how I actually practice. But there's literally thousands of free play-alongs, plural, of free things that you can use to practice. For any one of these, just go into the timestamps, like I was just doing with Rebound, and then you can use that to jump to whatever BPM that you want to practice this at. So if I wanted to play this at like 47 beats a minute, cool. I click and it counts me off, and then you can hear perfect rhythmic interpretation because these are all computer generated. I've spent thousands of hours creating all this stuff. And this one goes as slow as 20 and as fast as 200 beats a minute. So, you know, keep it busy for a while. But the very first link at the top of every one of these play-alongs, this actually takes you to my website, which has everything neatly organized. So here's the 55 chop exercises, the 407 triplet grid variations, the 555 16th note grid variations, all of the timing exercises. These are the ones that are currently members first are scheduled to release, and they're like coming out now. Like one came out this morning. And the timing transition ones, those will be coming out soon. And then we've got the 55 drum charts, both straight and swung, almost 400 marching bass exercises, and almost 300 technique exercises. And then all of, the tips and whatnot. I'm creating more lessons. One of the things I've been doing this last month, in addition to writing all the music that's scheduled to release, is creating more scripted lessons so you can like hear my thoughts on, here's how to work on traditional grip, or how to work on, I don't know, flams, whatever. So stay tuned for that content coming out. But I'm going to get ready, and I'm going to actually play a game again, which I haven't done in a month. It is going to be God of War Valhalla, which is the DLC. So if you're on /game on my website, we've got all the old God of War videos in here, but we're going to play through the DLC, which was like a free DLC that they had. That's pretty cool. And if you're interested in watching the highlight reels from the previous God of War, just go to this video. I think it's called I Am God of War or something. Yeah. And that came out a year ago. But anyways, I'm going to call it here. I'll be back on doing some technique stuff tomorrow and, just getting back into that practice routine again. But I appreciate everybody stopping by. And, we'll be back on again later. So hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And goodbye.